I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and it would appear that Donald Trump can't get no satisfaction. I promise that's the last time I'll try to work in any lyrics, but in breaking news, Mick Jagger, the legendary lead singer and musician of the Rolling Stones, was talking about Donald Trump the other night at one of his concerts. In a concert that Jagger was performing at the other night, he made a bit of a joke at the Republican nominee's expense. Seems like the weather was a little bit shaky prior to the start of the concert, however, cleared off a bit, to which Jagger responded, quote, "I thought we were going to get a bit of a Stormy Daniels, but we're all right." Naturally, this prompted the crowd to burst into a good fit of laughter at Donald Trump's expense. Who doesn't want to laugh at that? Now, during this concert, the Rolling Stones also took like a audience poll or vote for which songs to play next in their set. During this section of the concert, Jagger actually had a very poignant message saying, quote, "There's a much bigger vote happening in November." Jagger also commented on the various trials that Donald Trump is going through right now and that are pending, as there are very many. I will say this isn't the first time that Jagger or the Stones have called out Trump on his ridiculousness and his silly authoritarian antics. Check out a clip from a few years ago where Jagger had a few choice words to say.
The president made a very good point in his speech the other night. If only the British had held on to the airports, the whole thing might have gone differently. Anyway, we have a lot of famous Bostonians with us tonight. We've got New Kids on the Block, Aerosmith, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Uma Thurman, Gina and Betty Davis. They're all here. And we've got some lovely musicians I'm going to introduce you to. First up is Mr. Bernard Fowler. Right behind him, Miss Sasha Allen. On the saxophone, Tim Rees. On the tenor, Carl Denson.
Gotta love the attitude on Jagger, but it actually doesn't stop there. See what the Stones had to say about Trump shortly after he was elected. Take a look.
Really? Everyone outside the US is mystified, I'd say. That's the polite word. I could say a lot, but this isn't really the place because I can't get into a really good discussion about it. I don't want to say, superficial and flip things.
Wow, that was quite mind-blowing from watching from England as well, Because we were all shocked and stunned with the Brexit thing, and so I thought, nothing's going to shock me now, For all I know, Trump's going to get in. Sure enough, he did. And it was like, okay, there will be some changes made. Hopefully there'll be good ones.
I don't think he's going to be as radical as he was coming into it, making a big thing. So I think a lot of what he says is going to be tempered down and that. Because if it isn't, it's going to be a hell of a bloody ride for 4 years.
It's a blank spot to me, man, I'm telling you, I ain't going there.
And to me, this is just absolutely wonderful news to wake up to, as we have Mick Jagger on our side and the Rolling Stones. Who doesn't love Mick Jagger? Come on. But what's even more fascinating is that this is absolutely going to drive Donald Trump insane. For whatever reason, this man seems as obsessed with celebrities as anyone else and is incapable of letting anything go. I mean, think about how he has this bizarre feud with Rosie O'Donnell for whatever reason, as well as many other people, but he seems to specifically really enjoy poking at Rosie O'Donnell, at least during his original presidential campaign. You'd think for a man that was once the president of the United States and has a notoriety of his own, why would he care about what celebrities think about him? It really is strange and kind of sad and very childlike, really, when you think about it. He's very obsessed with what other people think about him, no matter how hard he might try to fight against that claim. It really is kind of sad how much Donald Trump is very much like a child, and that he is obsessed with what other people think about him and what he can do to get their approval, or if they don't approve of him, he relentlessly bashes them. It's very much like a 5-year-old. And you have to know that Donald Trump is absolutely seething that Mick Jagger, a man who has called him out and thrown a bit of shade his way, is also playing to crowds infinitely larger than Donald Trump's. While Trump was barely able to bring in 3,500 people into the Bronx in his latest rally, Mick Jagger was playing to a crowd of over 80,000. And it would seem that those 80,000 people were not the biggest fans of Donald Trump. Hey, count me among them. Overall, this is just a fantastic little story that just helps us further twist the knife a little bit into Donald Trump's ego and hopefully bring him down a peg and into jail. Also, how awesome is that the Rolling Stones are still performing? Mick Jagger's 80 and still has it. He's still got it after all of these years, and if he continues to perform as well as he does and continues to bash Trump, hey, count me a fan.